people are frustrated. They feel the city's in a crisis right now.
I can ask more pointed questions early on, save the city going down the wrong path.
Whether we win or whether we lose, there's a lot of issues that need to be addressed in the city of Saskatoon.
If we work together, there's really nothing we can't achieve or overcome.
High stakes in Saskatoon. The results are now pouring in, and it's still too close to call. We're here to bring you live, up-to-the-minute results all hour long. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Decision Saskatoon 2024. I'm Lisa Dutton, here live with you tonight, along with our team of reporters as we break down the results from tonight's vote. We've got Gates Gwarin and Mackenzie Mazinkowski bringing us the latest from City Hall, as well as Nicole Healy here in studio looking at some of the other races across the province. But first, let's go to Gates down at Saskatoon City Hall. And Gates, for all of our viewers tuning in right now, you're at the right place at the right time, because it's all about to unfold in the next hour, and we're going to be bringing it to you all live. What's happening at City Hall right now?
Yeah, Lisa, we've actually been waiting for results, as the polls closed at 8 o'clock. We were expecting the results to come in a little bit quicker, but we have been told that, there were still people waiting in line at around the 8 o'clock hour. So, they were entitled to having their vote. So their vote still counts, and those numbers are still slowly starting to trickle in. Now, I'm sure people have been refreshing the City of Saskatoon website. This is the number that we're kind of getting right now. We actually just have started getting in polls, 9 out of 82 reporting. We actually had the advanced poll numbers kind of set up just to my right here with some of those advanced poll numbers. So still very, very close to, and still very early enough to call, but we should start to see those results pour in quite quickly here. And I'm sure that within the hour we will have a new mayor-elect with a new city council elected. But we'll just have to wait and see for those results to come in. Lisa?
You bet. Thanks for that, Gates. It's sure to be an exciting hour of live TV ahead. Thanks for that. We'll see you again soon. Just over 26,000 eligible voters cast their ballot at the advanced polls, equating to roughly 13% of voters. Advanced polling started on November 1st, giving people multiple opportunities to cast their ballot. The city saw an increase of 4% of people voting early when compared to the 2020 election. And this year's election day looking a whole lot different than the last go around back in 2020. That's just in case you forgot. This is what hit the 2020 municipal election, when for the first time in Saskatoon's history, the election was forced to be pushed back a few days because of record snowfall. 4 days later, polls were reopened and the election saw Charlie Clark claim his second term as mayor. And that wasn't the only barrier. COVID-19 resulted in several restrictions and provisions. Well, of course, elections are happening right across the province tonight. I'm joined now by our Nicole Healy, who's tracking some of those smaller city results. Nicole, you have results from some of the cities closer to Saskatoon. What's it looking like? A bit of a surprise coming out of my hometown of PA, I hear. A bit of a change in Prince Albert. There were 3 candidates for mayor. Greg Dion was looking for a 4th consecutive mandate, but Bill Pawlowski pulled ahead early in the polls, eventually winning by over 1,000 votes. 11 out of 12 polls reporting at the moment, so still not a final result. North Battleford also had 3 candidates for mayor, and Wayne Baptiste, Terrence Codwell, and Kelly Houghton has been elected. She got nearly 1,600 votes. She's a longtime councillor. And closer to Saskatoon in Martensville, Kent Mensch was hoping to reclaim his role as mayor for a 4th term. He's running against Travis Sorensen. Martensville website says election results will be posted once the counts become official, which could mean we don't hear those results until tomorrow. Now, a few other cities are also in election mode, but for some, there won't actually be an election for mayor. Lisa.
All right, Nicole Healy live with us in studio, keeping tabs on some of the other cities in our province. Now, council will look much different over the next 4 years, with 4 councillors not running and Cynthia Block vacating her seat, aiming to succeed Charlie Clark. Hilary Goff, David Curtin, Maren Lowen and Serena Gersher all deciding not to seek re-election. Now that leaves wards 2, 3, 6, 7 and 8 all open. All 5 wards do have multiple candidates vying for those seats. This will be the biggest change since 2012, when 5 new councillors were also elected. Now, we're still waiting to confirm our new mayor and council. They will be tasked with diving deeper into some of the election issues we've been focusing on the past few weeks. Global's Nicole Healy has more on what those are shaping up to be and how the mayoral candidates plan to tackle them.
Crime is a huge issue, but I'm also kind of not real keen on the downtown arena.
There are 3 main focuses for the mayoral candidates: spending, social disorder, and the proposed downtown entertainment district. During the mayoral debate, the city budget was a big talking point.
Making sure that we're providing the right level of service to service the needs of the people of Saskatoon.
We need to move forward as a city, absolutely focus on the basics, but also understand what the cost is if we kick the can down the road.
Don Atchison touted transparency on projects during his time as mayor, and Kerry Tarasoff said he would focus on rail efficiency and make cuts to downtown arena funding.
The arena, I don't agree with what they've done. I think it's been very poorly put together. It's way over budget.
The cost of the downtown arena also a big concern among candidates. Wyant and Atchison question how the city will pay for it, and Block says she will only support it if property taxes aren't impacted.
It's a for-profit venue, and if we're building the right plan, there should never be a need for taxpayer involvement.
Another focus, homeless shelters.
What we need to do is we need to get into temporary emergency type shelters that can be built right now out in green space, away from other residential, commercial properties right now.
I believe we should have a modular shelter built up in the North Light industrial area.
I think they need to be located next to the services that people need.
I am calling for a task force on homelessness. Critically missing in the conversation are residents and businesses.
As for safety, all candidates want more boots on the ground.
We know from studies that more police officers on the street is a deterrent to crime.
It will be up to the new mayor and council to address these issues over the next 4 years. Nicole Healy, Global News.
All right, lots more to come on Decision Saskatoon, including your new mayor and city council. Stay with us.
What's your emergency?
Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country. Except for the amazing deals, like buy one, get one free on pillows, mattresses starting at $349, and don't pay until 2027, only at Sleep Country.
When it feels like all that's left is work hard, it's time to play again. Easily find your next favorite game with Bodog.net. Free casino games, poker tips, and sports odds. Make them play.
It's playtime. Explore time. Get good and dirty time. The Jeep Cross Canada Clear-Out event. Get into a Jeep Compass, tech savvy, and trail rated. Or the award-winning Jeep Wrangler with up to $8,800 in total incentives. Or Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever, with up to $11,200 in total incentives. So find your freedom from coast to coast. Jeep Cross Canada Clear-Out ends soon.
Elevate your travel experience with Uniglobe's personalized service. Our professional team of travel advisors at Uniglobe Carefree Travel offer access to endless curated travel possibilities. Whether for a family vacation, honeymoon, bucket list adventure, or business travel, experience our service and support every step of the way, anywhere in the world. Enjoy the benefits of Uniglobe Carefree Travel and travel well.
What do you do if your child needs hospital treatment, but your family lives far away? Ronald McDonald House is a place for families to stay while their child is in hospital. Because when families stay together, sick children get stronger.
Welcome back to Decision Saskatoon. We're bringing you team coverage from the civic election as results come in. Now, some changes could be coming to council, but 2 councillors will be sticking around. This we know for sure. Incumbent Bev Dubois went unchallenged in Ward 9 this year, so she is acclaimed. She's held the seat since 2016. She previously served from 2003 to 2012 in Ward 10, but lost to current Ward 10 councillor Zach Jeffries, who was also acclaimed. She will become the longest serving city councillor. Dubois was one of 4 councillors who opposed the controversial zoning changes the last council eventually voted through to access millions through the federal government's Housing Accelerator Fund. Now, if Dubois is the longest serving councillor, Zach Jeffries in Ward 10 isn't far behind. He's held his seat since defeating Dubois in 2012. He's been focused on improving services in his community and across the city. He also voted against the Housing Accelerator Fund zoning changes back in the summer. Now, results have been slow to come in today, but they are steadily being added now. Cynthia Block has taken an early lead with a 2,200 vote lead over Gordon Wyant, with 17 out of 82 polls reporting. Former Mayor Don Atchison is behind with nearly 2,900 votes. Carrie Tarasoff with nearly 1,900. Now, our Gates Guarin is down at City Hall. We're going to go to him for an update now. Gates, good to see you again. I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. A little bit has changed here. We've actually had, some ward candidates kind of trickle in, checking out some of these advanced poll numbers again. We're starting to see some of these numbers pour in a little bit slowly, but definitely surely. Definitely on my left here in council chambers are actually the vote counters and the scrutineers. They're working very meticulously, making sure every vote is counted, making sure they are accurately counted through those tabulation machines. And again, to my right, we actually have they look like very long receipts, basically, of all the numbers of the mayoral candidates and of the ward candidates. We can actually take you a little bit. You can kind of just see them here just to my right. So these actually have the board that you're seeing right now is actually the advanced poll numbers. So we did a little bit of our own, crunching the numbers a little bit. We did show that Cynthia Block did hold a lead, just a slight lead from those advanced polls. But those official polls, like you said, are starting to roll in a little bit, and we'll be sure to keep you updated as those numbers start coming in. Lisa?
You bet. All right, Gates Gorin, thanks so much for that. Things are going to be picking up quick, folks. Gates and I worked the provincial election together, so we've become accustomed to waiting, but stay with us because this is going to start to unfold quite quickly. We're going to take you to a quick break. We will be right back with more results. You're watching Decision Saskatoon.
Jackal. New series premieres Thursday at 9, only on Showcase.
When you see us roll up, awesome gifts are about to go down.
I got gifts for Mom, for Kid 1, Kid 2, and Phil. I don't even know Phil.
We use a list. Go off list. What list?
Last time I checked, stockings and dinner guests don't stuff themselves.
So if you want to crank up the magic this holiday season...
Hey, your foot powder.
Then rock the shop like one of us. We're made for the holidays.
Let's maximize those dreams.
That's right. The next Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $65 million plus an estimated 8 max millions.
A backyard putting green. What about a whole backyard course?
She's driven to the max.
Get your Lotto Max tickets today.
Sask Energy keeps us warm during the coldest months of the year, but they don't stop there.
The Sask Energy Share the Warmth program has collected nearly 1 million articles of clothing to help those in need. The program continues to provide those warm, fuzzy feelings through grants for food, clothing, shelter, and mental health services. To mark this milestone year, we are celebrating. Sask Energy is giving out a total of up to $100,000 to charities in honor of 30 years of Share the Warmth.
I've been a nurse for 45 years, and I've never seen the nursing crisis be this bad.
In the emergency department, we do not have the resources to manage the incoming volume. We're doing ECGs and blood work in the hallway. We're going to see people dying who don't need to be dying.
I believe we're past the point of crisis. We're on the brink of full collapse.
Brought to you by the Registered Nurses of Saskatchewan.
Need a satisfying snack that helps you keep going? You can always count on Oikos High Protein. The taste you love, with 2 times more protein than the leading yogurt. It's time for Oikos High Protein.
Commissionaires are Canada's premier security provider. We lead the industry with more security options, including guard training, mobile patrol, home watch, solar surveillance trailers, and our in-house security operations center. Commissionaires, trusted every day, everywhere.
David, we're moving.
Just pops up, it makes noise.
Hillsmith, all new Thursday at 10 Eastern on Global.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Peter Quinlan, and this is our YXE. The Festival of Trees is November 22nd to 30th at the Western Development Museum, featuring decorated trees, wreaths, centerpieces, and gingerbread houses, and a variety of special events. For more information, visit festival-of-trees.com. The Share the Warmth grant program provides funding to charitable organizations to help vulnerable citizens managing winter. For more information, visit saskenergy.com.
Welcome back to Decision Saskatoon. While the city waits to welcome a new mayor and council in the minutes ahead, earlier today I sat down with outgoing Mayor Charlie Clark to chat about the legacy he's leaving and his advice for the new head of City Hall. All right. Mayor Charlie Clark, thanks so much for taking the time with us today. 18 years on council, 2 eventful terms as mayor. You came into this wanting to make Saskatoon a place where young people and young families could see a future. Was that mission accomplished?
Well, today graduates, over 75% of graduates from university and Polytech say they want to stay here and do stay here, whereas when I first got elected to City Council in 2006, over 75% would leave. So it does seem like that is the situation where people those young people see a future here much more than they did in the past.
When you look at Saskatoon, what are a couple of accomplishments that you can kind of say, you know, I put a bit of a stamp on that. Saskatoon is a better place because of that?
I'm really proud of the way we've fixed up our neighborhoods, just the streets, the sidewalks, the water pipes, the parks, and all of those things. I'm really proud of the exciting places that we've been able to partner to create, like the Nutrient Wonder Hub, the River Landing, and the Ramey Modern, Gordie House Sports Complex, Optimist Hill. You know, those have really helped create that vibrancy in our city. And I'm proud of the work we've been doing to really try and break down some of the racism and the barriers that people face, or the discrimination, whether it's with the 2SLGBTQ community or the work on truth and reconciliation, as well as with newcomers who are coming here to try and make sure they have a sense of belonging.
Is there anything that you had a vision of doing that maybe didn't? Any unfinished business lingering?
I mean, I'd love to see that we really have a coordinated continuum of care so that we have far fewer people ending up homeless and many more getting the treatment and the housing and the supports they need to be able to live good lives and to have that stability.
So there's going to be a lot of new faces on council, this we know. What are a couple of the bigger challenges that they're going to be up against the next 4 years?
I think Well, the ongoing challenge around homelessness, addictions, mental health, is going to be significant. Obviously, we're still in an environment where inflation is having a big impact both on the city budget and also on people's everyday lives and budgets. And so that affordability issue is going to be a real pressure point. We still need to be able to provide those services and also try to reduce the cost and the impact on residents through property taxes and fees.
So when we look at this council that you were with for all these years, often divided, the one thing that they do all seem to agree on is who you are as a person. I'm just going to quote some of their sentiments about you: a mayor that loves the city, a person of integrity and honesty, the glue that keeps us together when we don't agree. I'm going to have you leave us with some final thoughts and with it maybe some guidance for our new mayor.
Well, whether it's the mayor or the elected city councillors who've just been out there on the campaign trail, the reality of municipal politics is it's problem-solving focused and it's not partisan. It's not about left or right or division. It's about how do you get at least 6 people to agree on a solution to a problem. And so it just requires collaboration. It requires people working together, listening to each other. One person can have all the ideas they want, but if they're bullying their way through or running other people down in the process, they're not going to do very well. And so respect each other. Be hard on the problem, but be kind to each other and respectful of each other. And also with the staff of the city, we have amazing staff. And those people will go to the ends of the earth for you if you can work with them. But don't find yourself in a situation where something's gone wrong and try and throw them under the bus or each other. We've seen enough of that out there in politics at the provincial, the federal, the U.S. level. At the municipal level, focus your energy on problem solving, not on blaming and creating fear in your residents.
Mayor Charlie Clark, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, one of the races we've been watching is Ward 1. That's Darren Hill's riding, one of the few councillors who's running again. But he is behind right now, and it's Catherine McDonald with a slight lead over Kevin Boychuk. She has 689. Boychuk has 637. Darren Hill is in third with 481 votes. Another race we're watching closely, Ward 3, home to that Fairhaven shelter. Robert Pierce has been against the shelter in the neighborhood, and he's ahead of Mike San Miguel by a few dozen votes. San Miguel also lost a close race back in 2020. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more results from tonight's races. You're watching Decision Saskatoon.
Are you saying we should just walk away?
There's only so much I can do to protect you.
I will find him and I will kill him myself.
Getting the lowest price is always important. With the Bricks Holiday Low Price Protection, you can buy now with confidence. Because if you find a lower price, including on Black Friday and Boxing Day, we'll refund you the difference. The Brick, saving you more.
When it feels like all that's left is work hard, it's time to play again. Easily find your next favorite game with Bodog.net. Free casino games, poker tips, and sports odds. Make a play.
We were born from a deep desire to create positive change. Together. 115 years later, that impact is felt everywhere. It's where we've made innovations accessible to those who need it most. Where we've championed truth and justice for all. Where we've mapped out futures we're already living. From here to here and even here. We're not just transforming lives. We're shaping the world.
Dad, the side of your face is drooping.
Raise your arms up in the air for me. Why are you slurring? Honey? Dad? Call 911. No, I think he's having a stroke.
It's playtime. Explore time. Get good and dirty time. The Jeep Cross Canada Clear Out event. Get into a Jeep Compass, tech-savvy and trail-rated. Or the award-winning Jeep Wrangler with up to $8,800 in total incentives. Or Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever, with up to $11,200 in total incentives. So find your freedom from coast to coast. Jeep Cross Canada Clear Out ends soon.
If you've ever been to Jasper, you know that the spirit here is real. And the falls can lift you up. You know that wildlife has the right of way, and the way the sky comes alive at night. If you've ever been to Jasper, you know you'll be back. And you know Jasper will be back too.
End of the Road Flooring Centers is going to pay someone's mortgage for an entire year. What could you do with that kind of money? Excuse me, you have a mortgage?
I do have a mortgage.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't. No.
What's a mortgage?
What if I paid your mortgage for a whole year?
I would give you a hug right now.
I'll take it.
What would you do with the money?
I'd probably hang out with friends, work a lot less, do some renos.
At End of the Road Flooring Centers, you could win your mortgage payments for a whole year. Terms and conditions apply. Maximum value of $25,000. Visit endoftheroll.com for details.
You probably want to go buy a house right now, don't you?
Yes.
Welcome back to Decision Saskatoon. We're bringing you results from the civic election as they come in tonight. And while we wait for those numbers to be posted to the City of Saskatoon website, our Gates Guarin joins us from City Hall, where, Gates, I understand you have a bit more insight into the number crunching.
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. So as of right now, the City of Saskatoon website is reporting 20 polls reporting out of the 82. Cynthia Block does have a slight lead, around 2,900 votes. Again, we are seeing kind of the these votes being tabulated, being brought around to council chambers, where they are being totaled up with scrutineers from every campaign, making sure that those numbers are, above board and will be verified at the end of the day. And then once those numbers are tabulated they're posted on that board and that long receipt that we showed you earlier. But I'd love to go into kind of what each of these candidates have really been advocating for their time to become the mayor. I spoke with Gordon Wyant earlier today, for example, and he really preached about his the three main things that he wanted to run on: community safety, affordability, as well as transparency at City Hall. I spoke with Kerry Tarasoff as well. He really wanted to take some time to give thanks and kudos to his team. He realized how much support that he has throughout the community, and this is something that work that he continues to really drive him to wanting to make Saskatoon a better place. Cynthia Block, making sure that she gave praise to her team, really saying that today she was the cheerleader for all of her volunteers and all the work that they've been doing to get out the vote. And Don Atchison, taking his time to reflect on the things that he was very proud of about accomplishing during his time as the mayor, and coming up with new ideas and new plans that he wants to have should he regain his seat back in the mayor's chair. So the four of these main mayoral candidates have a lot that they want to do for the city of Saskatoon. It's just a matter of time until we find out who gets to really fulfill their vision as the mayor with their new councillors. So until the polls start reporting here a little bit quicker, that's kind of what we have to go off on. Lisa?
You bet. Gates Guarin live at City Hall tonight. Gates, thank you. And we do want to let you know the winner of that mayoral race will be making their way to City Hall this evening. Ward 6 is Cynthia Block's old ward. Jasmine Parker currently has a healthy lead there. She is just over 1,100. John Naylor is in second place with 680. And one-time councillor Terry Alm has 503. Ward 8 was Serena Gersher's old ward. She did not run for re-election. Scott Ford currently leading there with 944 votes. Gersher's sister is actually Malvina Rapko. She is third place right now, 618 votes. It's
time now for your cross-Canada forecast as we look ahead into your Thursday, and a rainy day on the way for Vancouver at 10, 8 in Calgary with a mix of sun and cloud, and 2 in Edmonton. Moving into Manitoba, 7 degrees in Winnipeg, 8 for the Brandon area, 8 in Toronto with showers, 4 degrees Ottawa, 5 in Montreal, and Atlantic Canada to 2 with gusty winds in Halifax, 3 in Charlottetown, and 11 on a rainy day in St. John's, but the sun will be in Fredericton. So here's your day tomorrow here in Saskatoon. It will be wet. You'll want a raincoat if you're out for any length of time waiting at the bus stop and such. But that rain will ease a little later in the day. Then as we look ahead to the next 7, 6 tomorrow, but 2 on Friday in the clouds. Chance of morning fog. Clouds clear on Saturday. Then they return Sunday, -5 both those mornings, +5 Sunday afternoon. 3 on Monday, -2 Tuesday, -12 Wednesday morning. And lots of sunshine that day, -4 for a high. So a cool down next week. Don't forget you can get the 2025 Your Saskatchewan calendar filled with your beautiful photos taken by our viewers by making a minimum $10 donation to TLC at Home, providing Christmas shoeboxes to kids at inner city schools here in Saskatoon. Make the donation, pick up the calendar at the Hairstyle Inn at Lawson Heights and the Centre Mall and Urban Cellars locations, Cumberland and Market Mall. And tonight's Your Sask, this beautiful sunset taken in the Moosomin area, thanks to Dale Woods.
All right, thanks, Peter. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more results from Saskatoon and surrounding area. Stay with us.
He's an exceptional assassin. He will kill again unless we stop him.
Let's maximize those dreams.
That's right. The next Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $65 million plus an estimated 8 Max Millions.
A backyard putting green. What about a whole backyard course?
She's dreaming to the max.
Get your Lotto Max tickets today.
Thank your skin for all that it does. With Nivea Nourishing Body Milk and 5-in-1 Complete Care. Filled with everything your skin needs to be nourished, beautiful, and healthy looking. Give your skin all it deserves. Nivea.
At Saskatoon Public Schools, our vision is that every student is known, valued, and believed in. Through our strategic plan, we're committed to fostering relationships, equity, and accountability with students, families, and our communities. We have numerous programs and learning opportunities to inspire students to reach their potential. There's something here for every student, no matter who they are. Join us at Saskatoon Public Schools and find your place.
What? How much?
David, we're moving.
For generations, we've put more goodness in so you get a whole lot more out of every single delicious egg. A lot goes into a little at Burnbrae Farms.
How are your investments doing?
That was on purpose. You know that topic always throws me off.
Lots of people feel that way. But don't worry, BMO's got advice to spare with any investment guidance and support you need.
I need some.
And you'll get it with personalized investing recommendations to help you feel confident in your decisions.
I'm curious. Do you roll as good as you help?
Bowling mode.
It's yes, by the way.
Do your giggles turn to dribbles, or does the thought of travel make you unravel? At Eurospot, we're Canada's #1 pelvic health clinic for women and men to help you say goodbye to bladder leaks, urgency, night waking, prolapse, sexual dysfunction, and other pelvic health challenges. How? Simply by sitting on a chair, fully clothed. A chair that does 11,000 Kegels for you. We help you regain control so you can live life with freedom and confidence.
Where did you come from, Madeline Matlock?
Matlock, all new Thursday at 9 Eastern on Global.
More results are pouring in, folks, and Cynthia Block continues to widen her lead. She now has 13,743 votes. Gordon Wyant still in second with just over 9,400 votes. Don Atchison with 4,500. Still a lot that can change, but right now Cynthia Block is continuing to build a healthy margin. Our Nicole Healy joins us again here in studio with more updates on some of the other smaller cities in our province with civic elections tonight. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Lisa. We have the unofficial results for Prince Albert. As said earlier in the night, Bill Pawlowski was ahead over Greg Dion, the former mayor. Pawlowski has been elected mayor in Prince Albert with 12 out of 12 polls counted. And as for those smaller cities that won't have an election, that means that one person who was running for mayor gets acclaimed, and that means they become the mayor-elect. And that's the case for the city of Warman. There was still an election for city councillors, but former mayor Gary Philipchuk has been acclaimed. The town of Battleford is also in election mode for council, but not for mayor. In Battleford, Ames Leslie has been acclaimed as mayor. Lisa.
All right, Nicole Healy, thanks so much for that. And we're going to flip it back here to Saskatoon and check in on Ward 1. This is another one of the races that we've been watching closely tonight. That is Darren Hill's riding, one of the few councillors who was running again. He is behind this hour, and it's Catherine McDonald with a slight lead over Kevin Boychuk. She has 689. Boychuk has 637. Darren Hill is in third place with 481 votes. We'll have more results for you in a moment, but now a few stories from today. After the NDP gained 13 seats in the provincial election, the party has decided to expand its critic roles across the party. Today, the NDP announced its shadow cabinet, with every member, new and old, becoming a critic. With a gain of 13 seats, there are 15 new members to the party. NDP leader Carla Beck will be doing double duty, as she has decided to also take on the role of the agriculture critic.
Well, first of all, it's a role I've had before, and it's a role I enjoyed very much. It's also, I think, an important signal about the priority that this team is placing on being a government for everyone in this province.
Most former critics who were re-elected to their seats kept their roles, like Trent Weatherspoon as the finance critic, Vicky Mowat as the health critic, and Matt Love as the education critic. A Canada Post work stoppage could start Friday if a new contract agreement isn't reached at the bargaining table. That's causing tremendous worries for small businesses across the country. As Anne Gaviola reports, they've been dealing with a series of disruptions heading into the busiest time of the year.
Checks and equipment that businesses rely on may be delayed if they're going through Canada Post, and households waiting on time-sensitive passports and gifts could be left in limbo too. Both the Crown Corp and the union remain at the bargaining table, but if they can't strike a deal by Friday's deadline,
it's going to be really bad news for the retail sector and for Canadians who shop during the holidays.
Now until the end of the holidays, a period that includes Black Friday and Cyber Monday, is the busiest season for retailers. For many small businesses, it's make or break. And though the federal government stepped in to force an end to the work stoppage at the ports of Vancouver and Montreal, the short-lived disruption has created a backlog.
It's been resolved, but we're still dealing with that. It'll take a month for the supply chain to normalize.
Sylvia Ang's company helps merchants handle e-commerce returns. She hasn't seen supply chains this bad in years.
We are facing, almost to some extent, like what we were facing back during COVID.
Smaller companies with fewer resources and staff are less able to roll with these punches. She says the ambiguity is the hardest part to manage because it's not clear when things will get back to normal. She worries consumers will bear the brunt of a potential Canada Post strike.
It could be that we have shortages of high demand category goods like electronics and home goods.
Retailers have options. However, they're going to be more costly. And if everyone's jumping to the alternate sources of supply, it's going to drive down availability and increase prices.
Which may mean less choice, higher prices, and even more delays. Anne Gaviola, Global News, Toronto.
The government of Saskatchewan says it's implementing plans in anticipation of a potential Canada Post strike. Those plans include ensuring payments are available for those who need them by providing alternative payment distribution options. A strike could affect anything from social service payments to tax refunds. The province is also looking into alternative ways to receive documents for programs like drug plans and bills for Crown utility accounts. Canada Post workers are in position to strike as early as Friday.
Temperatures overnight in Saskatoon here will be falling to around the freezing mark overnight tonight as the clouds roll in, risk of rain and snow. But as for today across the country, it was 4 in Ottawa and the sun, 7 in Toronto. To the west of us, some double digits along the west coast of Canada. But this is the ridge that brought in a nice sunny election day, being replaced by a trough of cooler, unsettled conditions as we look ahead. But there's an area of low pressure building in, the risk of rain and snow tonight, shifting to showers here in Saskatoon during the day as that system slides through. But there is snow potentially to the north expected. Well, not even potentially, likely. There's that risk of snow here in the city in the morning, overnight period really, and then the chance of showers overtakes that snow zone just north though, and places like Blaine Lake, Rostron could see that snow. Prince Albert as well, 2 to 4 centimeters expected there. Midday showers will move out by the end of the day. Lingering clouds though will stick around throughout your day on Friday all day long. Then as we get ahead into your Saturday, we could see a few more pockets of moisture trying to press their way in. But as for the snowfall, we are talking about maybe even 3 to 6 centimeters in Prince Albert, but I'm accounting for the first few centimeters to melt, so I'm thinking it'll be closer to 2 to 4 centimeters in the PA area. The showers, 2 to 4 millimeters in Saskatoon, the Battlefords as well, and those winds will be a little bit breezy at times tomorrow, but not super strong. Then they will ease until Sunday when a bit of a southerly breeze kicks in. Monday, those westerlies will punch their way through, 30 gusting to 50. Overnight tonight, though, we are falling to the freezing mark as mentioned. -4 Prince Albert, -1 in the Battlefords, and -2 in Lloydminster. -10 is the daytime high tomorrow in Stony Rapids. -1 with that snow in La Ronge. -4 La Loche with snow. -3 Buffalo Narrows, 0 Waskesiu, and 2 in the Battlefords with snow. 1 in Lloydminster, 6 for Kindersley, 7 with showers in the Rosetown area. 10 though in Moose Jaw, 9 in Regina, 7 in Yorkton, and 4 degrees in Humboldt tomorrow. 6 in Watrous, 2 in the Melfort area. Prince Albert, 1 tomorrow with that snow, 2 to 4 centimeters, 0 on Friday, -1 Saturday, and 3 Sunday, Monday. For a cool down next week, we will be live tomorrow night at 6 with the Enchanted Forest light up that will be taking place around 6 o'clock, and temperatures will be around 1 degree as it happens, partly to mostly cloudy sky. Then as we look ahead to the next 7 days, 6 tomorrow with that chance of showers, 2 on Friday, 0 Saturday with clearing skies, but bumping back to 5 Sunday, 3 Monday, -2 on Tuesday, and -4 on Wednesday, starting out at a chilly -12.
An update now from Ward 1, back and forth between Catherine McDonald and Kevin Boychuk. Boychuk now inching into the lead, 954 votes to McDonald's 930. Current councillor Darren Hale still in 3rd place at 689 votes. Another one we're watching tonight, Ward 3, home to the controversial Fairhaven shelter. Robert Pierce is also building his lead. Now, 1,273 votes to Mike Sam McGow's 1,153. We'll be continuing to follow this one closely. It looks like Troy Davies is on his way to re-election. He currently has a large lead over Courtney Salakin, just over 2,000 votes for Davies, one of a handful of councillors to be seeking re-election. So some changes in Ward 1 potentially, but Ward 4 voters seem to be content with more of the same with Troy Davies. And there it is, Randy Donauer also seeking re-election, and he has a healthy lead over Kyla Kitzel, still only 30 out of 82 polls reporting no. Though, let's go back to City Hall to check in with our Gates Guarin. Gates, the polls closed at 8 p.m. We got word that a few of them were still lined up at that time. But as we approached the 11 o'clock hour, we really were expecting more out of the city of Saskatoon in terms of what we had access to in terms of results, approximately 30 out of 82 polls reporting. And we do want to clarify to our viewers that City Hall is where your new mayor is going going to end up tonight in time, I guess, as we continue to wait.
Yeah, Lisa, we're just continuing to wait. Who that next mayor could be, we'll find out hopefully at some point tonight, coming through these doors in behind me. But you're right, the city of Saskatoon are actually a little surprised that the results have been taking this long to count. They're actually not very optimistic that we're actually going to get a full result by the 11 o'clock hour. So continue to stay tuned to Global News Saskatoon for those full results, after the broadcast. But speaking with the city of Saskatoon representatives, they were saying that around 13% of the eligible population that can vote turned out for the advanced polls, and that if things start to trend kind of in that same direction, we might only get around the same amount of around 27% that voted in the municipal election 4 years ago. Now, while that does feel like a low number, we have to remember that the population did increase over time over the last 4 years. So even though we are still maybe potentially expecting a lower voter turnout, more and more people are still voting with that increased population. But it's starting to feel a little bit like, if you did tune into the provincial election, it's starting to feel a little bit like that, where we're kind of in that waiting game, waiting for those results to come in. It looks like we're actually about half the polls are actually reporting now, 41, with Cynthia Block kind of actually expanding on her lead at the moment. But time will tell until we get the rest of those polls. Lisa?
All right. Gates Guarin, the most patient journalist in Saskatoon. Thanks for that, my friend. Well, a slight update for the mayoral race. Cynthia Block still in the lead, now a few thousand ahead of Gordon Wyan. Don Atchison lagging behind with nearly 6,000 votes. Still too close to call, but certainly looking good for Cynthia Block. Let's check in now with Regina, also a hotly contested mayoral race happening there tonight, and it looks like voters there have voted for change. He has held a strong lead all night, and with all polls now reporting, Chad Baczynski had a nearly 3,000 vote lead, beating out incumbent Sandra Masters and former city councillor Lori Bresciani. We've heard Masters has already called him to congratulate him on his new role as Regina Mayor. There you have it, Chad Baczynski. Well, we are monitoring the results closely, and we'll be right back with more election coverage after the break. You're watching Decision Saskatoon.
FBI!
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 The FBI's all new Tuesday starting at 8 Eastern on Global.
Girls Rock Night. Bring your daughter out to meet some inspirational leaders in our community. November 16th at SaskTel Center against the Tri-City Americans.
Get early access to these Black Friday prices at The Brick. 65% off reclining sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair. Shop now. If you find a lower price, including Black Friday and Boxing Day, we'll refund you the difference. The Brick, saving you more.
When it feels like all that's left is work hard, it's time to play again. Easily find your next favorite game with Bodog.net. Free casino games, poker tips, and sports odds. Make a play.
The Nissan All-In Clear-Out event is on now, where you can get a stylish 2024 Rogue with a VC turbo engine that combines power and efficiency, or the versatile 2024 Kicks with impressive cargo capacity for every adventure, or the bold 2024 Sentra with an intelligent around-view monitor. Get to your local Nissan dealer now and see it all for yourself.
During the Nissan All-In Clear-Out event, finance select remaining 2024 models from 0.99% for 24 months.
Can't get enough of the awesome taste of OPA? Now you can with our Win Free OPA for a Year contest. Use your OPA app and you could win one of 3 grand prizes of OPA for a year. Enter on the OPA app or learn more at opaofgreece.com. OPA!
You might not know the best time to replace your old furnace, but we do. Right now, save $1,100 on a new furnace during the Reliance Trade-In event.
Call on Reliance.
Sask Energy keeps us warm during the coldest months of the year, but they don't stop there. The Sask Energy Share the Warmth program has collected nearly 1 million articles of clothing to help those in need. The program continues to provide those warm, fuzzy feelings through grants for food, clothing, shelter, and mental health services. To mark this milestone year, we are celebrating. Sask Energy is giving out a total of up to $100,000 to charities in honor of 30 years of Share the Warmth.
We are all in this together.
You're watching Global News.
Welcome back, everybody. We're keeping an eye on civic election results as they come in tonight. But as we continue the waiting game here in Saskatoon, we're going to go to Nicole Healy, who's in studio tonight to chat about what we do know out of Prince Albert and North Battleford this evening. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Lisa. Yes, we do have those results for Prince Albert and North Battleford here for you. In North Battleford, there were 3 candidates and a long-term city councillor, Kelly Houghton, winning the vote overall and becoming the city's new mayor there. In Prince Albert, there were also 3 candidates. Greg Dion was hoping to win back his mayor title with a 4th consecutive mandate, but he actually, earlier on in the polls, Bill Palowinski was ahead and he ended up winning the mayor title there in Prince Albert. In Martensville, closer to Saskatoon, there's 2 candidates there. We have Kent Mensch and Travis Sorensen. Kent Mensch was the former mayor. He's looking to win his 4th consecutive mandate as well, but not sure we'll find out those results tonight. Martensville's website says election results will be posted as counts become official. Now, a few other cities across the province are having elections for councillors, but not for mayor, and that includes the city of Warman. We saw that Gary Philipchuk has been acclaimed there in Warman, and in the town of Battleford, also in election mode, but Ames Leslie has been acclaimed in Battleford, and a few other cities also seeing those mayors being acclaimed throughout the evening as well. Lisa.
All right, Nicole Healy in studio tonight for us. Thanks, Nicole. Well, let's check in with Ward 2 now, where things are looking good for Senos Timon. He has a strong lead over Jean Beliveau. Senos with 1,346 votes to Jean Beliveau's 872. All right, I understand now we're going to go to our Mackenzie Mazinkowski down at City Hall. She is with Jasmine Parker, who is running for election in Ward 6. Hey, Mackenzie.
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, down here at City Hall, I'm joined with Jasmine Parker, candidate for Ward 6. And I believe it's your first time running as a city councillor. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about what that experience has been like, and how do you think your campaign has gone?
The campaign's gone wonderful. I'm so grateful for all the people of Ward 6 that have backed us and supported us. But first time running and first time for most of my campaign team as well. And we've just gone in with energy and hope and the ward has responded, and we're just very grateful. Yeah.
Awesome. And like I said, you are in the lead by quite a few votes as of now. What do you think it is that swayed voters in your direction?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's that we focused on the future. We had a really optimistic, positive campaign, and I think people see that, and people see the love that me and my team and our campaign messages have, and I think people want to look forward with optimism.
Awesome. And, if elected as Ward 6 City Councillor, you will be sworn in a week from today, roughly. Are you ready to take the bull by the horns and get things going here right away?
Yeah, I'm as ready as you can be. I've got some really great advice from some folks that have some experience, but I think, like anything, you can only be so prepared. So I'm excited and I'm anxious and I'm ready to get started.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jasmine. I wish you luck in the rest of the night, and we'll see how the night turns out. So thank you very much. We'll send it back to you there, Lisa, in studio.
All right, Mackenzie Mazinkowski at City Hall tonight. I believe we're checking out Ward 6, Cynthia Block's old ward, as we look at the numbers there. There we have it. Yes, Jasmine Parker, who we were just speaking to through our Mackenzie Mazinkowski, is currently leading with 1,935 votes. John Naylor has 968 and Terry Elm has 759. And an update now to our mayoral race. As you can see, it has just been building that lead for Cynthia Block. She currently has 16,609 votes over Gordon Wyant's 11,171. Don Atchison with 5,859. There was a lot of talk about whether or not Don Atchison throwing his hat into this race was going to bleed votes from Gordon Wyant. Whether or not that's the case is yet to be seen. But we do have Cynthia Block building a commanding lead as we enter the 11 o'clock hour. Cynthia Block with 16,609 votes. Here we go, an update now to Ward 1. Back and forth between Catherine McDonald and Kevin Boychuk. Flipping again. Boychuk now inching into the lead with 954 votes to McDonald's 930. Current councillor Darren Hill still in third place at 689 votes. We still have a few minutes left of the broadcast. Let's take it back to Gates Guarin, who spent the evening down at City Hall, keeping a close eye on the results as they come in. Still not enough for us to make a call, Gates.
Yeah, Lisa, with the only about half of the polls reporting, still, like you said, too close to call. But we are seeing Cynthia Block's lead really start to increase with every poll that starts coming in. Again, we are just going to be sticking around City Hall because we are anticipating the next mayor-elect to swing by, give some remarks. But until we really can make that call, we won't be seeing anyone really from the mayoral side come through the doors here behind me. We have again seen a few of these candidates start to trickle in just a little bit as these races start to get a little bit tighter. But we are still having a lot of the city actually. A lot of work still being done. I still see some nonstop work from a lot of these Election Saskatoon volunteers. So a lot of kudos really goes out to them, even though the numbers are still coming in quite slowly. The amount of work that goes on behind the scenes here to get these votes counted accurately is really almost second to none. So a lot of thanks really goes out to them. And yeah, as we continue to kind of just close out the broadcast here, we'll continue to wait for the next mayoral-elect and maybe even a few councillor-elects as well. Lisa?
You bet. Gates Guarin, thank you so much for your work tonight. Another race we're watching closely all night. Ward 3, home to, again, that controversial Fairhaven shelter. Robert Pierce, he was against it, and he's building the lead now over the 2,000 vote mark there. Mike San Miguel's 1,900. We will continue to follow this one for you. And another update to Ward 1, still back and forth all night. It's been Catherine McDonald and Kevin Boychuk. McDonald back in the lead with a 200 vote or so margin. And back to that mayoral race. Cynthia Block still in the lead, now a few thousand ahead of Gordon Wyant. Don Atchison lagging behind with nearly 6,000 votes. But this is what we have to point out, folks. While Cynthia has built that very commanding lead, we have exactly half of the polls reporting. We need to get a few more polls reporting to seal the deal for Cynthia Block with 16,609 votes right now. Gordon Wyant, 11,171. Don Atchison likely feeling a little deflated tonight with 5,859 votes. We thank you so much for joining us tonight for Decision Saskatoon. It's been a tense night, a night of waiting with a new mayor in Saskatoon still to be officially declared. You can stay tuned to our website, globalnews.ca, and of course to Global News Morning tomorrow morning for all the latest continuing coverage. Thank you for watching Decision Saskatoon. Good night.